Namandavits, namandavits, namandavits. Good morning, everyone. Today, November 21st, is Sunday before Thanksgiving, and we have a special treat for you today. Yesterday, the Buddhist Temple of San Diego's Shoshinge Chanting Group met for the first time in almost 2 years, maybe over 2 years. We were all vaccinated, we kept our masks on, and we opened all the windows as we chanted Jusei and recorded it just to share with our virtual Sangha members. So we are going to start today's service with Jusei chanting with the chanting group. And these are the people who are regulars. Not everyone was able to attend yesterday's session, but more than half of our group was able to join. Thank you to the Chanting Group for getting together on Saturday. The core group meets every Saturday at 1 o'clock. I think we've missed just a handful of our sessions. And so again, I would like to thank all of them for very faithfully attending our sessions. So today I would like to talk about faith. And I'm sure many of you thought that perhaps because this is the Sunday before Thanksgiving, that I would be talking about gratitude. But I'm just going to do a bit of a detour and I'm going to talk about faith. But before I talk about faith, this is, and I want to just do a disclaimer caveat and let you know that this is my own very bombu, foolish and ignorant attempt to introduce you, but more importantly, to encourage you to continue to study, to hear and discuss Shinran Shonin's teachings. And we hear the word faith occasionally, although I think that sometimes people are reluctant to use the word faith. But I'm going to start with our internet dictionary definition. The first definition is complete trust or confidence in someone or something. And the first thing that came to my mind was years ago, I participated in a falling back trust exercise. And so there were several of us, maybe about a dozen of us. And one of us had to get up on the platform while the other people, let's say there were 13 of us, so 6 on each side with arms together. And then the person from the platform, which was, I don't know, maybe about 4 feet off the ground, had to just fall back. And so is that faith? Is that having confidence or trust that the people that were going to catch me were actually going to catch me? And by the way, they did. But there was a second definition in the internet dictionary, and that was a strong belief in God or in the doctrines of a religion based on spiritual apprehension. So spiritual understanding or grasp rather than proof. So then I thought, okay, so let us look at this from a Joro Shinshu perspective, from Shinran Shonin's perspective. And so then I consulted with my collected works of Shinran, Volume 2, which includes a glossary. And this is part of the definition. The definition was like about more than a page long, but this is part of it, and that is one's entrusting to Amida's primal vow, which is at the same time the negation of one's calculative thinking brought about by Amida's working. There is a lot packed into this one sentence. One's entrusting to Amida's primal vow, the 18th vow, which is at the same time the negation of one's calculative thinking, self-power, brought about by Amida's working. So one's entrusting to Amida's primal vow brought about by Amida's working. Again, there's a lot packed into this one sentence. One's entrusting to Amida's primal vow. I want us to think again about that word entrusting, which is a synonym to faith. So in the collected work, it goes on to say that shinjin denotes the central religious experience of Shin Buddhism and literally means one's true, real, and sincere heart and mind. In Japanese, makoto no kokoro. Kokoro is heart and mind. And makoto is truth, true, real, and sincere heart and mind, which is received, given by Amida Buddha, right? So that it's not that we achieve it, but we receive it. Shinran's teaching, the glossary definition continues, Shinran's teaching is not one of salvation through faith, for shinjin is not a means to salvation, but shinjin is salvation itself. Its centrality can be seen in Shinran's emphasis on to be free of any form of calculation, to be free of any kind of self-power, self-attempt to achieve salvation. Again, I'm coming back, one's entrusting to Amida's primal vow, entrusting. And so before I go on, one of the things that I have found is that in some of my readings, it is very difficult, no matter how much I study, for me to truly, truly grasp that meaning of shinjin, the meaning of faith, the meaning of entrusting. But I am going to guess that those that have really pondered the definition of shinjin, or trying to understand the meaning of shinjin, once they have begun to grasp that, there is this tremendous sense of joy there's a tremendous also sense of urgency to share that understanding, to share that joy. And so I came upon a writing in the Muryoko Journal of Shin Buddhism. And this is available online. And it is a piece that was written by Sensei Saizo Zuiken Inagaki. Inagaki Sensei is a very well-known scholar in the area of Shin Buddhism. And so I want to read this because this really was very emotive to me. And he writes, "Don't try to grasp faith, reflect and ask yourself, who is the master of the mind that seeks to grasp faith? Isn't the mind that tries to grasp faith the mind of a foolish man, a bombu, defiled by clinging to self-power? Amida Buddha's sincere, pure, and true mind cannot be grasped by a foolish mind clinging to self-power, just as the reflection of the moon cannot be fully grasped by the hand. Faith cannot be hoarded in your mind either." And he also says, "What we think, know, have heard, and believe is of no avail. I cannot but hear more about the Dharma. The more I hear, the more deeply I know how inconceivable the Dharma is. The inconceivable wisdom of the Buddha in action is Namo Amida Butsu. The living voice of the Buddha, which calls us saying, 'Leave all worries to me,' is the Nembutsu, Namo Amida Butsu." The moment we receive the inconceivable and boundless virtue of Namo Amida Butsu, the great ocean of birth and death disappears and becomes a thing of the past. How can we conceive of this? It's due to the all-powerful working of Namo Amida Butsu. We have only to hear and accept the all-powerful working of Namo Amida Butsu. By hearing the name in action, we spontaneously attain peace of mind, true faith. So what is faith, right? And in the dictionary, very simple, complete trust or confidence in someone or something. The definition of shinjin is, it's defined in the collected works, is one's entrusting to Amida's primal vow. And very simply, it's just having no doubt at all, no doubt. It is, for me, something that is very deep, very profound, ineffable. It's one of my favorite words. It cannot fully be expressed in words. It cannot fully be described in words. But once we begin to experience that and begin to even grasp that shinjin, then we are transformed, we are infused with this deep sense of joy and of gratitude, because on our own, we can't do it. We are bombu, we are foolish, ignorant beings, right? But however, if we entrust in Amida's 48, in Amida's primal vow, the 18th vow, then we are embraced and we experience that deep joy and that deep gratitude. So I'm going to wrap up my talk today and end with this. Again, a writing from Inagaki Sensei, and he says, "Look, throughout the universe, Amida's light is shining, unhindered all the time. How deeply inspiring it is. How grateful I am." Namo Amida Butsu. And so on this upcoming Thanksgiving Day, I am truly, indeed grateful to be able to hear the Dharma and to travel this Nimbutsu path with all of you. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu.